Hey everybody, my name is Rydo, and despite my crazy mouse movements, I'm back for another episode of Portal 2. I was trying to move my mouse pointer out of the way, but in Portal 2, when you're in the game, it disappears anyways. So, didn't really explain this at the beginning. I'm playing on a Xbox 360 controller plugged into a laptop. So, movements tend to be more jerkier, but a little bit smoother too. It would be a lot shakier if I was using the mouse. But then the mouse is sitting right next to me, so if I move a little too emphatically, I will cause some shake that way too. Alright, so when the game points like this, which is a new feature in Portal 2, it's good, but it's also sometimes gets in the way. This puzzle, as compared to Portal 1, has been changed. When we did the commentary on this puzzle in Portal 1, it was specifically designed so that you could not wander around and accidentally make it to the exit. You had to prove that you understood the connection between portals and the orange portal and the blue portal and how they worked. And let's see. I think this is probably still requiring you to prove that you understand that only two portals can exist. When you go through one, you will come out the other. They're not one way. It's not a situation where you can only go in the orange and come out the blue or anything like that. You can go in and come out of either one. Well, come out of the other one. So, by having these buttons, which these buttons weren't even introduced in the portal until somewhere around the 6th or 7th puzzle. By having them immediately here, they've introduced the concept of these buttons that humans can push as compared to these bigger buttons that only the cubes can be on, or I can stand on them. So we're learning several concepts all at once in this puzzle, whereas Portal 1 was really the first of its kind, and they really, probably rightfully so, thought that they needed to show, very slowly teach the concepts to players. So many of the puzzles that I think were actually taken out of this in favor of other content would just have you learn one concept, then do a puzzle to learn a different concept, and often do a puzzle that reinforced the first concept. So pretty slow, pretty single narrative. This design is different here. These sidewalls that are creating the portals, it seems more realistic because you now have like these emitters that are creating the portals. But then this could be the exact same thing, and it's damaged over time. But it doesn't really seem like it. It seems like they've redesigned it, probably in the narrative.
Good. Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised. Before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing, please take a moment to write down the results of your test. An Aperture Science Reintegration Associate will revive you for an interview when society has been rebuilt.
There's all kinds of junk getting on top of this elevator. All kinds of junk everywhere. They could have worked on the skyboxes a little bit. I mean, even if this is supposed to just be pitch blackness, they're not showing me pitch blackness. It's not like I have the brightness set any higher than the default or anything. I do have the video settings. I have it on aniscopic 4 times, which may at some point in the future turn out to be a mistake. I've had a couple series now Portal had some hitching in it, but I think that was mostly just the programming in the source. It's running off like Half-Life 2 source, and I think this is probably running off its own source and is programmed to be a lot smoother. It definitely should have been, because this game is going to require a lot more of the processors and all that. But running on the same computer, Portal 2 obviously, because it's 4 years older, looks a lot better, but I had to turn down the settings because I had it on aniscopic 16 times for Portal, and that crashed pretty much immediately. I also have vertical sync triple buffering enabled, which is pretty big power hog too. My hardware, which is described in the description, is just a gaming laptop that's a couple years old. It's not good. My setup is not good. I'm waiting for that first big paycheck from YouTube to start down the process of replacing it. Also, almost all my computer games, well, every single computer game I have is not on Steam. So if you friend me on Steam and you have extra copies of games, or you want to donate games to me, that would be very much appreciated. Even if I own the game already, getting it on Steam would help me, at least so I can have a library that my friends can see, so I can work on the achievements if I cared about achievements. I'll tell you about my experience with achievements another episode. But yeah, that would be helpful. That's, if you give me a game I haven't ever played before, you'll probably get at least one episode, if not an entire series out of it. You're almost guaranteed that. So, if you just wanted me to play any specific game, giving me the game takes that financial burden away from me and really stops any argument from me doing it. Me buying brand new games it's hard to do, because the Talos Principle was a game I bought for $40, and until I get ad revenue equivalent to $40 to pay itself back, I have a really hard time justifying in my mind to just go get another game. I could go down that path and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on Steam, and then if it never pays for itself, that would be pretty bad. This is my only career at the moment, and it's not even really a career until it starts paying. So, anywho, that's the end of this episode. I just want to get you settled with everything is to know about me. As always, I ask that you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of the videos, because all that helps me out. This is about the average speed for these early parts of the game. About the average length, I would say. If you want to friend me on Twitter or Google Plus or Steam or Battle.net, which is Hearthstone, that's the only game I play on Battle.net. All that information is down in the description. And that's it. So have a good evening.